Everyone living in the city of Kingsport could soon have a way to take their urgent concerns straight to the city's top officials.
Yeah, the One Kingsport Advisory Commission presented 5 big ideas for projects that they think could impact the city, including creating a brand new neighborhood commission. News Channel 11's Elizabeth Kubel spoke with people in one community recently plagued by an uptick in crime. They say the resource is a valuable step in the right direction.
That's right, Sarah. Those top 5 big ideas include upgrading Bays Mountain Park and building an outdoor entertainment venue downtown. But one of those top 5 was also putting together a neighborhood commission to address the concerns of people living in every Kingsport neighborhood. As a member of the Lynn Garden Community Cares Board,
a lot of people were upset, unnerved, and worried about where their community was going.
Rob Ferguson hears some of the things people living in the neighborhood have wanted to change.
Extra lighting down the streets, extra lighting around the schools.
But soon they could share their concerns through a new outlet.
It would give quick access for neighbors who live in those neighborhoods to the city folks.
As the One Kingsport Commission presented an idea to the Kingsport BMA, proposing a brand new neighborhood commission.
The idea would be to divide the city into divisions and have representatives from each of those areas. I think one thing that we feel like is important is to have at least one BMA member serve as liaison between the group and the BMA so they could share information back and forth.
So, Chair Jane Henry says each of the city's nearly 100 neighborhoods could have their voices heard.
A lot of times people are frustrated. They don't know who to go to. They don't feel like they're getting answers. We'd like to streamline that process so that they get faster access to information and to share any concerns they have.
Concerns, Henry says, can range from something as simple as a new neighbor needing to know when garbage pickup is, to major safety issues like those brought up a few months ago in the Lynn Garden community.
That certainly was factored in the discussions that if a group like this were in place, that maybe quicker answers could be gotten or action taken.
Elizabeth Kubel, News Channel 11, in your corner.
The Neighborhood Commission would have 12 to 15 members, and the first step would be deciding guidelines on how to choose representation. The program could be in place within the next few months.